Hi, I'm Hamid.
Hi, I'm Wadud.
A fun family SUV? Oh my god, yes. 2020 Acura MDX handles amazingly well. The other SUVs are handled really well, but they're in a completely different price bracket, such as the Porsche Cayenne. Acura's super handling all-wheel drive system is not just a fancy marketing term. It's actually a very sophisticated torque vectoring system that sends extra power to the outside rear wheel, and it actually steers it by pushing more power to it, and it steers it through a corner. It is such a lively and dynamic chassis. I just love it. And it's actually also really good. It helps it even when the roads are wet or even in snow. And it just makes the whole car a lot more stable than it would than a regular all-wheel drive system. So it's an amazing system, both in terms of the performance as well as in slippery and snowy conditions. It's especially responsive in sport mode, where the throttle, the steering, and the transmission settings are so much more sharper. It just feels so good. Just listen to this sound. It sounds so angry. It reminds you that Acura also builds a supercar, NSX.
But the drive is very comfortable and smooth. You can barely feel the potholes and bumps.
It has two clearly defined personalities.
You mean it's bipolar?
Both are really good. It's dynamic personality and it's comfort as a family hauler.
It actually has 3 drive modes. When I was driving, I chose to drive in comfort mode. And there's one more mode called normal.
Normal is kind of a mix between the sport and comfort mode. It's a kind of a middle ground. Whereas comfort is to dull everything and enhance fuel consumption.
So my driving was dull. For a large SUV like this, the gas consumption is really good. It does 20 miles per gallon in the city and 27 miles per gallon on the highway.
There's another engine in the lineup, it's the Sport Hybrid model, and that does a lot better on the cities, 26 miles per gallon, and the same on the highway, 27.
It does sound very powerful. How much horsepower does it have?
It has 290 horsepower and 267 pounds-feet of torque from a 3.5 liter V6, and it does 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds. There's another engine in the lineup, and that is in the Sport Hybrid, and that has a 3 liter V6, and it has 3 electric motors. It's just like the Acura NSX. One is in the front and there are 2 in the rear. That engine has 321 horsepower and 289 pounds-feet of torque, and it does 0 to 60 in 6 seconds.
We never encountered a situation where we felt that it didn't have enough power.
As mentioned in our last video 2 weeks ago, we're going to pick 2 names from all the comments we got on our last video for the $50 Amazon gift cards. And we decided to do the old-fashioned way, and we printed off the names on paper and put them into this container. And I'm going to draw one name now, and Wadud is going to draw the second name. So make sure you watch the whole video to see the second name. And the first name is Down. Send us an email. We have our email address in the description below so that we can send you the gift card. The infotainment system in here is kind of very old-fashioned and kludgy. It has 2 separate screens here. One is controlled by physical buttons as well as touch buttons. It controls the heating systems, climate, and audio systems. And then you have a separate screen up here that is not touch sensitive, and it has its physical controls down here. The design is badly in need of redesign. It has a single system now in the new generation Acuras, like in the RDX, which came out 2 years ago, and it's just a single screen that is touch sensitive. And that system is way better than this. Obviously this is going to get updated next year, when the 2022 MDX is released. It does have voice commands for the navigation system, but it's still a little bit clunky.
It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It's much easier to use than using the voice command or those buttons.
It definitely does make the system a lot more user-friendly, that's for sure.
The wood trim on the dashboard and the doors looks pretty good, but the rest of the dashboard is very bulky and dated.
The perforated, heated and cool leather seats in this beautiful satin brown color with the piping and the detail on the doors looks and feels premium.
Overall, it has a very attractive design. Details such as the diamond pentagon grille, the July LED headlights and taillights make it stand out amongst the other SUVs in this price range.
I really like the July LED headlights and the overall profile. You can easily find a comfortable position in the driver's seat as the steering wheel has multiple adjustments. Small item storage space is pretty good. A multi-function center console with a sliding tray is well designed and very spacious. This is in addition to multiple cup holders and large door pockets on all 4 doors, as well as cup holders for the third row seat. It also has multiple USB ports, 3 in the front, 1 is dedicated for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and 2 USB charging ports in the rear as well.
Getting into the third row seat is as quick as pressing this button. This car can comfortably seat 7 adults because of its adjustable middle row seats. The third row can easily seat 2 average-sized adults.
It's quick and effortless to make the floor level by lifting this lever on the middle row seat and this lever on the third row seat. There is also a storage compartment here. Every 2020 Acura MDX comes with the AcuraWatch suite of safety systems: lane keeping assist, steering assist, collision mitigation avoidance, blind spot monitoring, and forward collision warning. Prices range from $51,000 to $66,500 Canadian dollars, and they cover a whole bunch of different models, as you can see here. This particular one we're driving is the Tech Plus. Let's wrap this up now. Is the Acura MDX a good buy? Let's compare it to 2 other SUVs just in the Honda family alone. So the Acura RDX and the Honda Pilot. Both of them are $10,000 Canadian less than the starting price base model of the MDX. The RDX was redesigned 2 years ago, and it has a much more premium interior. It has a single screen for the infotainment system that is much more better in use.
RDX is a smaller SUV, so it seats 5 and has slightly less cargo space.
It has 30 cubic feet behind the second row. Disregarding the lack of a third row, the RDX has a superior cabin and feels more upscale than the MDX.
And obviously the touchpad infotainment system is much better than what's in here.
Both SUVs are available with Acura super handling all-wheel drive system, but the naturally aspirated V6 in the MDX is stronger than the RDX's turbo 4-cylinder. Even considering that, we'd still pick the RDX over the MDX. The additional seating capacity and cargo space are the only real advantages with the MDX. And when comparing this to the Honda Pilot is also $10,000 less, the base model, compared to the MDX. It has similar V6 power, same kind of seating capacity, and the well-built Honda Pilot doesn't feel like a step down, especially when you choose the Navi EXL trim level. The Pilot is quite simply the better buy here, and if you choose the MDX instead, you'll be paying for little more than the badge. If you really want the MDX, wait until next year. The latest redesign is called the 2022 Acura MDX, and it's a complete redesign, interior and exterior. The engine is still the same with some minor updates, but from what you can see in these pictures and what Acura revealed on their website, it looks like it's going to be an amazing car. It's their new flagship because they've discontinued the Acura Outtro, which was their sedan. So they've gone all out in making this a really nice truck.
Okay, so I'm going to draw the second name. So the second winner is John Mac Photography.
send us an email so that we can send you the gift card. Thanks again for all your support. Let us know what you think of this video and leave us a comment below. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe and the bell notification so you know right away when we release a new video.